We'll call the September 16, 2024 meeting of Greenwood Board of Public Works and Safety to order at 5:30 p.m. Roll call, please.
Mr. Rutherford.
Here.
Mr. Hoover.
Here.
Mr. Colvin.
Here.
Thank you.
Minutes for our last regular session, September 4, 2024, have been distributed to members of the board. Any corrections, additions, or deletions from staff? Hearing none, is there a motion for approval as presented?
So moved. Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. First on our agenda then is Megan Yegi, Restore Old Town Greenwood, Final Fridays. I know Megan, are you online here, or
No.
Ty, are you going to help us with this?
Yeah, I was expecting someone to be here for this. Essentially, it's just a continuation of their Final Friday. It's the same as last month's. They're looking for a noise ordinance waiver from 5 to 9, as they are running amplified music at the Bayberry Spa, the parking lot behind Ford and Brush, and outside the old trophy shop. They are planning to flex the start times, but the whole event is still just going to be from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Basically, I'm expecting this to pretty much be their same ask from here on. Exception may be December, January, February, where it's a little colder out, but I expect this to be pretty standard for them.
So 5 to 9.
You still want to do this month by month, or?
Well, we're going to get through at least until the new year and then try to figure out something, because we may try to do this quarterly, but I wanted to at least get to the winter to see how that's going to change the request. I do expect that spring, fall, and summer we'll probably see live music, but until we know what they want to do for the winter, I didn't want to try anything more bunched up yet.
Seems to be a very popular activity.
Yes, yeah.
It was pretty well, we came down the road that night at cough, it was pretty well wrapped up then.
Yeah.
Put many people in.
That was a little warmer, I think, last time than they were hoping for. So
I would move that we approve the request for the waiver for September 27th.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Maybe we hang on there again. So then we've got Scott. Afternoon.
Good afternoon. My name is Scott Haynes from Discover Old Town Greenwood. I am here to ask for a street shutdown in Madison Avenue for our second holiday lighted parade. The shutdown will be from the United Methodist Church on the north end down to Market Plaza on the south end, starting at about 5:15. About 5:15 to about 6:15 to 6:30, depending on how many units we have in the parade.
And we're doing this when, Scott?
This will be on Saturday, November 16th. And this year's theme is Christmas in Candyland. Last year was the Grinch Discovers Old Town Greenwood.
And I take it you've worked it out with Officer Grable, that this is not going to be a full 2-lane.
Yes, 2 lanes this year.
Yeah, the 1 lane thing, that's.
That would not work.
It doesn't work.
And I suppose also the side streets will be blocked off as well. So
Yes,
people
we have.
can't get themselves in the middle of the parade like they did last year.
Yes, we have a full closure plan already worked out with Officer Grable. Blocking off all crossing streets with barricades, and where we need to with officers and cars, especially along main streets. As soon as the parade's done, we can clear things quickly, get the road back open.
Not trying to bring up anything, but I'm assuming Market Plaza is going to be.
It should be largely wrapped up by that time. There might still be some paving work and paper markings and that sort of thing.
Okay.
I'd move for approval.
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. Good luck. Pray for good weather.
Yes, thank you very much.
Chief,
Good evening, board. Jamie Washell, Fire Chief. I have in front of you 2 lease agreements with the Emergency Services Education Center located in Wayne Township in Marion County. This is for our 21-person recruit class. We're doing a joint academy with Decatur Township and also Speedway to enhance our instructor pool. And so these folks here provide a burn building so we can do live burns and then forcible entry props and some other things that as of right now we don't have. We have that in the pipeline coming here to Greenwood soon. So again, these are things that we will be able to take advantage of in the future with our burn building and our training center. One is for lease $1,500 for that time period, and the one is for $3,000. By doing the joint academy, we are sharing costs to offset that as well. So this would have been more expensive had we not brought the other 2 departments in. So we felt like it was a good opportunity to enhance our instructor pool, but also to drive down costs of this training center.
questions for the chief?
I move that we approve the request for both leases.
Second.
Further discussion? And we have the originals of these leases. Do I need to worry about that? That's all I need to do. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Thank you, board.
Thanks, Chief. Greg Minter, Elmore Estates, Section 5.
Neil Vantries is online, standing in for Greg. He's on vacation.
Okay. Tell us what we're doing here.
Elmwood Estates, Section 5, we have done our improvements. And so we're here before the board for 4 different items. The right-of-way markers will be in by the end of the week, I'm told. But the acceptance of improvements and the different maintenance and performance bonds, and then the final plat for Section 5 of Elmwood Estates. And this is the last section of Elmwood Estates. That's on the north end. You can see on your map there in the northeast corner.
Just a couple of potential conditions. Installation of the concrete monuments, and then approval.
Yeah, the
Recording.
concrete monuments at the end of this week.
Mark, is there anything else?
That's all.
Pleasure of the board.
I move for approval of those conditions.
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passed. Thanks, Greg. Thank you.
Thank you.
And you're gonna, Mark, you're gonna do the other round, we're just the O&M manual, it's kind of done. Anyone from the audience wish to address us? If not, we'll turn to Mr.
First up is a community development block grant. We have 2 agreements to approve. These are money received from the federal government administered by HUD. We are just a conduit to see that they get to smaller agencies that need them. We have one for the Greenwood Education Foundation. And Gateway Services, we have amendments just to give them more time. And then we have a request from United Way Johnson County.
Questions for Sam on any of those 3? Take all of them if you want to go up. Some.
I move that we approve the request as presented.
Second. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye. Aye. Motion passed. Thank you.
Next up is resolution 20-07. This is an amendment to the medical leave sharing policy. This medical leave sharing allows employees to put the time they don't use into a bank, and so when an employee in need, they can use it. Currently, the task of determining who's going to get it is solely the HR director. And we would like to change that to make it a committee of the HR director, the controller, and the deputy mayor.
Amanda, the proposed resolution that I've been presented with is dated in August, like date of August.
I'll correct that. You still want to sign it, I'll correct it before it gets finalized, before it's posted. Sorry about that.
Is there a motion to approve resolution 24-07 as presented?
So moved.
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
That's all I have. Thank you.
Sam. Mark.
Good evening. The first item we have before you tonight is our easement encroachment docket. There are two items in the docket. One is a fence located at 1467 Classic Avenue. Oh, I'm sorry. The first one is a shed located at 1467 Classic Avenue. And the second one is a fence located at 1627 Midas Street. Engineering Division is recommending approval of both of these items with a typical list of conditions.
Is anyone here who wishes to address us on this? No, is there a motion for approval of these two encroachment requests? Is that on the docket?
It is a document.
I move that we approve the request.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
The next two items I have are operations and maintenance manual for water quality. The first is for a project, the Aldi pavement rehabilitation phase 4. The second is for Elmwood Estates section 5.
I'll move that we approve the request for both Aldi and Elmwood Estates section 5.
A second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
The next item is request adoption of the updated ADA transition plan. This plan was presented to you at a meeting a couple of weeks ago. We've had a public comment. We did not receive any public comment. Now we're moving toward adoption.
The motion for approval?
So moved.
Second.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
The next item I have is a right-of-way permit. The Engineering Division is requesting approval to authorize bond drawdown on excavation permit bond 79011732280. That's for right-of-way permit 2024-0026 for work occurring at 165 South Madison Avenue.
I'm trying to picture that in my mind.
It used to be the Beat Palace. It's just north of Main Street. It's, the sidewalk's been closed since May. We've not made much headway with the permit holder, and we'd like to begin the process to get this cleaned up before winter sets in.
Sounds like a good idea.
Yeah, I've got most of the sidewalk is blocked or is. And no response from the property owner?
He's been responsive, but not very helpful. We continue to ask him for a construction schedule or construction timeline, which he has not provided. He keeps saying he needs some sort of approval from city staff, and we keep telling him we need to see cut sheets and details on the pieces of material he's swapping out from his original design, which he has also failed to provide.
This should get his attention.
A motion to approve moving forward with that.
So moved.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
The final item I have is a job description change request. It's the project manager job in community development services, the engineering division. This job was filled for the last 10 years by Mr. John Shell, who retired this last summer. The job was previously written to really focus on vertical building construction and for John Shell's particular set of skills. I've rewritten the job description to focus more on someone who would manage roadway projects and horizontal roadway construction. So it was included in your packet. I'm happy to answer any questions you might have on that job
Good to me. I'll move for approval.
I'll second that.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes.
That's all I have tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Mark. Great. So you wore the tie just for us, right?
Just for you. Yeah, so good afternoon. I've got one item for you this week. We are looking to enter an agreement for a service called Debt Book. Basically, it would provide us tracking for all of our bonds, our leases, and all of our software as a service. And then also it creates all of the annual reporting we have to do around that. We continue to issue new debt, we continue to add new things, so it's more and more complicated for us. I'm also down at deputy controller right now, so this will be very helpful as we get into the next part of the season. This would be accessible internally to the auditors, and then also there is a public facing page that would be used for transparency purposes. First year is $20,900. It is in the 2025 budget. Then after that, subsequent years of the 3-year term would be 18.4 once you take off the implementation costs. And I think it'll be really helpful for my department for sure.
Well, I'll move that we approve the request to enter into the agreement with debt. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Thanks, Bill.
I'll move for the approval of the claims as presented.
Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Keith, do you have anything? Keith, I'm sorry. Todd, do you have anything for us?
No, sir.
Okay, we'll stand adjourned at 5:46 PM. And everybody, I should knows